What's up, everybody? Wager checking in for another Court Chat. It has been a rather lovely week for me. I got to have some really good conversations with my littles, man. Again, being able to grow with them and watch them come into their own, it is satisfying on a level that I can't really say of. And then the series of unfortunate events that allowed for a deepening of connection with them, man, it's some of the best blessings come in the weirdest, worst times if you see it right and you're aligned properly. But so my son's 5. We're at the bank, and he asked me, he said, "Dad, what's a bank for?" And then I have to search myself to try and explain this to a 5-year-old, right? So I say, well, a bank is to show that you can have a good relationship and be friends with money. And then that way, if you show that you're a good friend to money, people with money will trust being your friend. And then I'm like, if people have money and you weren't friendly with money, would you want to be friends with them? And he's like, no, because then they wouldn't take care of your money. And I'm like, bam, my man. So, establishing at 5 that money is a tool, and to have a good relationship with said tool is going to be beneficial for you in directions that you might want to head in. And, kind of proud of myself too, to voice that in a manner that was receivable for him. And just whatever the event was, we were walking back from school and we just had to stop by and take care of some business. And again, just the fact that he even asked, yo, man, what's this about? What are we doing here? And just being that curious mindset. And I'm proud to continue to cultivate that. We had another discussion here at the gym, and he's like, "Dad, are you proud of me?" I was like, "Absolutely, my man. You're one of the hardest working people that I get the pleasure of hanging out with on a regular basis. You listen, you're curious, and then you have a desire to learn. And I'm proud that just of yourself, you invoke those things freely into this world. And I will help cultivate that to the best of my capabilities, right?" And, transitioning. So with my daughter, we had, she's coming into adolescence. So, in the terms of the Inside Out movie, her emotions are volatile. She wants to hang out with her peer group. Totally respect and understand that. But I had things to take care of, and the schedule wasn't suitable for the situation she was asking for. And, of course, pouting lip, whatever. That's my little boo. That's my sweet pea. And then, there's things that it was well, since you're giving lip right now, do you want to talk about this particular issue? Because I get notifications about things. And she was like, "Nope." I was like, "So we're good then, right?" You know what I mean? Let's chill out and have fun. And it was cool because we went to our favorite place, Costco, and there was just a lovely sunset. And we got to take in this heavenly scenery together on our way into our favorite place, right? And, we got to talking about a bunch of stuff. I think one of the things we touched on was narcissism. And I was like, I'm glad that you're bringing this question to Dad. Like, I'm glad that you feel comfortable having this discussion. So, let's say Dad is a narcissist. Is it bad? Not necessarily. Does it have a negative connotation? Yes. There are things that I need to take care of that will prevent me from doing other things for individuals, i.e. the kind of hangout that you wanted to have with your friends. Now, is that malicious on my part? Not at all. It's just that the schedule didn't allow for it at this particular time. You know I'm down to let you hang out with your friends. I don't want to get in the way of that. I understand how important your social group is to you and coming into your own and whatnot. So, but I'm doing this. This is what needs to be done right now. So, does that level of self-care make me a narcissist? Could be, yes. Did whatever I have going on impact your situation in a not positive manner? Also, yes. Was it malicious? No. So, you can definitely be a narcissist. People have their own lives to live. And that's what could make things difficult to be union together sometimes. But what is inherently not good is with somebody who is self-aware and capable, makes it their mission to be malicious, to go out of their way to be an ass, to go out of their way to hurt. For some people, being petty, the scenic route, that's them. They're ready, they're able for it, they're happy to do it. I even have those notions, and I try and nip them in the bud as soon as possible, because it's not something that I choose to indulge in. But more often than not, just staying on the path that whatever I'm doing for myself, it leads to disappointment for the people around me, but it's ultimately of benefit to them. Because if I'm not taking care of me, I might put myself in a position to be taken care of, and I don't want to put that burden on you. So, narcissists. People should care about themselves. People should care about themselves first. Matter of fact, they encourage you in dangerous situations. You put on your oxygen mask first and you secure your stuff first before you look after your children. That's okay. But to go out of your way to be petty, to harm and cause hurt to other people, I get it. I understand the notion. I know exactly where that feeling comes from. But that's where a measure of self-control comes into play. So again, that was a thing that I'm happy that, again, wonderful things that I'm happy that my children are interested and curious to bring to me. Then, on that same note, she kind of had the situation with a sibling, and I saw something in her kind of anger-wise, and it's like, I don't know that this particular situation is the cause of all that, but let me touch base with you, baby, because I know what happened for me for sure, and now that I'm cognizant of that, let me offer this to you. I know a lot of the decisions that your mother and I have made have impacted you, and maybe not in the best positive ways. And for that, I'm 100% apologize, honey. I understand how much of a burden that is to carry, because you're not in control of your life at this particular moment. And you have had to put up with things at the behest of your caregivers. Some of them shouldn't have gone down. But we're still gonna fight and continue to do our best for you. and will probably make a few more mistakes along the way. And like, just hearing that voice from a parent to a child, like, I know I was never given that, but acknowledgement of that, like, you can see it in their face. You know what I'm saying? Like, a simple acknowledgement of that. Like, look, man, I get it. I wholeheartedly understand. I can't alleviate all that from you, but I'll definitely take responsibility for some of that. I don't want you to have misplaced anger. The notion is being in the woods. I don't want you to stray too far away from me, baby, but I know that you need to have your experience in the woods. But I don't want you to be so far in there that you forget your way out. So this is why I lay these lines for you. So that coming out of the woods would be a safer experience for you than staying in there. You know, and to be able to acknowledge that again and provide that for my little lady. Like, that meant a lot to me, that meant a lot to both of us. So again, just these little dialogues that enhance that connection that I'm eternally grateful to be able to take advantage of in these particular times, and to watch my littles grow and come into their own people. I'm insanely proud. I'm super proud of both of you. I'm watching you grow and develop. I'm super proud of both of you. You keep working hard. Keep working hard. Keep being curious. Don't let the bitterness hold you. And it's okay to be upset with dad sometimes. My little man had that crib too. Like, we had a pajama day and he was like, Dad, you never do anything right. Bless your little 8-pound, 6-ounce baby Jesus heart, but I love you. And I'm down to have that space for both of them. So those are the little blessings that are happening for me, just that I care to share. Again, my train is on the tracks for me. It's no harm, no foul. It's not an intentional harm that may cost, but I'm moving this direction. And I would love for you to be able to accompany me if you have the capacity to handle it. But I'm hell-bent on what I'm doing. Hell high water, right? I'm doing it for me. I'm happy to accept you benefiting from it. These are the tracks that I've laid for myself. And this train is Thomas Tank Engine, Ouija train. It's heading there. And I hope that you, again, lay tracks in your life to make it to a satisfying and fulfilling place for yourself and the people that you care about. And on that note, Ouija's out.